Welcome to Ghoulish Gab, always spooky, always under 7 minutes. Today we are talking about nostalgia goggles. I feel like I should have got a pair of goggles. I didn't.
I'm just permanently wearing glasses, so I couldn't wear goggles anyway.
Movies that they were good at the time, and
Maybe you saw them when you were younger.
yeah.
Maybe it was the excitement of everybody being excited for them. And then you go back and you're like,
Oh, that's what I liked.
I don't remember.
Ugh.
Okay.
You want to start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to start with one from my childhood, Pet Sematary. It originally scared me, and that could just be because I saw it when I was very young. It came out in '89. I was born in '88. Absolutely no hate to Fred Gwynn, but the actors that played the Creed family, I don't think it's that believable or that good. It was, it strayed quite far from the book, which is a problem for me. And then, there are some movies where you're like, oh, it's a product of its time, and you take it that way, and you're like, cool. But then you watch other movies from this late '80s timeline, and you're like, I don't know. I mean, there's still parts I like if I watch it, but overall, I get kind of bored.
Yeah, I don't think it holds up as well. That's weird because there's some ways you're like it's a classic, but is it?
Yeah.
And I don't want to double down on the Stephen King stuff. And some people are going to be mad about this one, but let's talk about the It miniseries from 1990. I mean, yeah, Tim Curry is awesome, but that doesn't make the whole series awesome anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to watch other than his performance. Let's be honest. And the effects, we've talked about this in other ones, were never good to begin with. But I remember, when they were coming out with the newer version of It, there were so many people like, oh, you can't do that because Tim Curry. And I'm like, have you gone back and watched that? Because, yeah, Tim was great. His performance will always be great. But overall, that whole series was not very good.
Yeah. Pointing out that a movie an actor is starred in is not a great movie does not mean the actor is bad. It just means that was not that great of a movie.
I mean, the new ones were way better. They had a lot more to offer. They were way better. And people get really mad.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, take the goggles off. Take the goggles off.
Kind of along that line of actors being in a movie doesn't make the actors bad, but the movie's still bad. The Haunting from 1999. That's got great actors in it. It's got Liam Neeson, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Owen Wilson, which some people might debate me on whether or not Owen Wilson is a good actor. But the whole movie just feels kind of pointless. They've got all these effects that are over the top and super computerized, which I get it. In the late 90s, that was a thing. They're like, we can do this now. And right. So they fucking did it a lot, especially in areas where maybe practical effects might have been the better choice. And when you compare it to the original movie, and then you compare it to other iterations that have come much later, like the Netflix series The Haunting of Hill House, that are all around the same storyline, it is by far the worst of them. And so I'd rather watch one of those other iterations than waste my time with The Haunting again.
Yeah. The next one I'm going to go with is Halloween H2O. And it did, I think maybe that one got a lot of hype at the time because of the way that the franchise was going, and people felt like, Laurie Strode hadn't been in the last couple movies, and, Jamie Lee Curtis came back. And so there was a lot of excitement in the direction that it was going. And so a lot of people were just kind of happy with it then. But if you could go back and watch it, I don't think it's a strong movie at all. I mean, I think they were there was all the success from Scream and all that stuff. And so they kind of...
You can even tell from the cover art they were trying to follow that cover art like it's a book. From the movie poster, that's what the word I meant.
But the story, Laurie Strode was a dean of a private school somewhere, and I don't know, Michael Myers drove across country to find her or whatever was going on. It was not It's not good. It's not very good at all.
Yeah. For my last one, I'm going to say The Uninvited, which if you haven't seen it, I believe it was, I forgot to write down what year it was from. I think it was like 2012. It's this movie about this girl and her sister who live with their dad and now their new stepmother, and the stepmother's terrible and everything sucks. The acting is just kind of plastic. They're not the worst actors I've seen. They're not like overacting. If anything, they're underacting to a level where you can tell that they have potential, but they're just not that good. And then it's got some good jump scares, but there isn't any actual creep factor. And then my biggest gripe with it, which I did not realize until I watched it again later, is that the big plot twist at the end, it turns out her sister's been dead the whole time. Spoiler alert. And it's kind of like when we talked about high tension. Like, when the spoiler alert is revealed, you end up being like, that doesn't make any sense. If I go back and watch these scenes, these other people interacted with this daughter. So she's not just a figure of her sister's imagination. How the fuck are you explaining this? So that's that one.
My last quick one is going to be The Grudge from 2004, because I didn't think that movie was bad when it came out, and I went back and tried to watch it at one point, and I was like, this is really just kind of incoherent and not put together well. And I mean, it had so much hype, and I mean, again, some of the acting and stuff is good, but like, just, I don't think it is put together. Well, I can see what they were trying to do, but for me, I'm just like, this doesn't really land, and it's not worth more than one watch. I don't know, that's just where that one landed with me. But a lot of people still kind of talk about it like it was a great one, so
I still enjoy it, but I'm a Sarah Michelle Gellar slut. Hey, do you have any nostalgia goggles you want to talk about? Tell us about them. Do it. Do it now. Do it now.
Bye.